Today is April 7th. The Yankees coming off an off day, hosting the A's tonight, and Boone joining the show to banter with us about the Bronx Bombers. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks.
Oh!
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy Jake. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, presented to you by Fanatics Sportsbook. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD in the corner. Boone, manager of the New York Yankees, will be joining us soon. Jake, how are you?
The New York Yankees.
Yankees.
James.
Yankees, that's how my kids say it. Yankees.
Davis, everyone tuning in. How are you? Shout out to the grounds crew. You know,
Why not?
they're the real front lines. And they,
What's the weather?
a nice gentleman from the grounds crew, CCSU alum,
Oh,
had a big CCSU opening. I totally forgot to tell you this. Grounds crew,
Yeah.
CCSU love, and Talkin' Yanks fan, so we love that. Marlins weight coach, CCSU guy, pointed me out in the hallway, called me over, had two CCSU shirts waiting for you and me. He said, I was waiting to see you guys.
wow. What was he, like our age?
Vega. Around our age. I think a younger or older. He's in shape, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's cool. Maybe we hung out with him once. Well,
Never trust a skinny chef. How are you?
the thing about Boone is he keeps losing right before he comes on the show.
God, we got to stop doing shows.
The other thing is it's 9 games in, so I want to ask about the bottom of the lineup.
Right.
I want to ask about the bullpen, but I know he's not going to really give us any real it's early. So we're going to ask some questions and try to figure some stuff out. It is early. Interested in some more ABS follow-ups, some of the base path stuff, the stealing. Those stats are fun. What's your most pressing question you want to ask him as he joins us in a couple minutes?
Yeah, I think there's more tangible things than you might be thinking. I think between the pinch hit, between some of the Max Fried decision-making, the bottom of the lineup in general, and what can you really do? Like, I'd love to know if there's any thoughts about just even shuffling up. I know it doesn't matter, but back in the day, they used to do stuff like that. So, Max Fried, should he have gotten one more batter? Like, you know, thinking about our bullpen and so, he almost didn't want to send Max Fried out there, but then he got 2 outs so easily. So I don't know. I think there's some bones to be chewed on.
Hate the bones.
That's my camera.
New tech.
Yeah.
It's like candy in the office. This is your new camera.
Yeah.
For at home?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I was wondering what this was and what this for. It's cool. Yeah, so Boone's coming on. Anything else? We have the A's coming up. You know what, Jake? We can talk at the end of the show after Boone, but they need to win tonight.
Maybe we even play a little guess that lineup on the way out.
It could be a fun one because Rosario, like, even though it's a righty, who's pitching for the A's? Let's find out if they have reverse splits.
It's Aaron Savali versus Cam Schlittler. The first time 2 Northeastern Huskies have met on a major league mound.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
All right.
Someone messaged me that on Instagram.
Okay.
So
Huskies.
it's a really risky message if you don't know it.
It's true. All right, so that's everything we're going to chat with Boone about. And now, let's just throw it to Boone. Stop keeping him waiting.
Boom.
First, there's an ad, and then Boone.
Today's episode is sponsored by Shady Rays. Shady Rays are built for real sports fans, like me. No more squinting through the sun to track a fly ball when you already got your sun bows on. I wore my Shady Rays to opening day. Big old facts. And if you're looking for sunglasses, which you should, people, we're getting back to sun season. And whether you're at the ballpark, the golf course, watching the game on the outside patio, Shady Rays is there And they're there with their lost and broken protection. If you lose or break them, even right after you get them, Shady Rays replaces them. No drama, no stress, no replacement guilt. Just a new pair headed your way. And when we team up with Shady Rays, we get you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com. Use code YANKS40. 40% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. So get yourself 2 or maybe go in with a frenzy. Hello, Yanks40, shadyrays.com. Welcome back to Bannering with Boone, presented by T-Mobile. Skip, happy Tuesday morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Happy Easter as well.
Happy Easter.
Thank
Delayed.
you. We're good, I think.
Did you have a good Easter on the 4-hour delay? What were the vibes like in the clubhouse during that rain delay?
Fine. I mean, the night before having almost a 4-hour game in a 9-inning, not even hitting the bottom of the ninth was kind of crazy. Obviously, the longest game, you don't see that. So it was kind of odd. And then it's a quick turnaround, but you kind of are looking at the weather going, if this, you went to bed going, looks like it's going to rain all afternoon. And we get there and the forecast was kind of exactly what they were predicting. And so it was like, I know we're going to be waiting a few hours, but it looks like it definitely clears out and we're playing this game. So probably in a weird way, it kind of gave some guys a little time to recover from the night before and, get going. And unfortunately, we couldn't finish off the sweep, though.
You had the longest game since pitch clock, and the umpire culpa getting taken out, removed, added like maybe 10 minutes. Then another long game. The stat was like since pitch clock, there's been 40-something games that have gone 3.5 hours. These numbers are not correct, but it's something. And then you guys played back-to-back. Jake thinks you're just a bad matchup versus the Marlins.
I don't want to face them in the World Series. I think you guys are a bad matchup.
Yeah. I mean, what we have 30 walks?
Yeah.
I mean, they were not giving in by any means. So I think obviously that added to it. Just a little odd to see that length of game in today's game.
Question for myself. Do you think in the last 2 years they would have tried to start that game, but now with this new schedule where you play all 30 teams, people have realized like, hey, rainouts don't really happen because Marlins are never traveling. Let's wait till we actually get this in.
I think the Marlins, us playing them, and obviously the only time we play them, I think certainly factored into it. But I do think this forecast was leaving. It was just going to be several hours. So I kind of feel like we would have waited, if it was the Orioles, for example, just because of the clear nature of the back end of the forecast. Like if there was still some uncertainty on the back end and you knew it was going to rain for a few hours, then I think it would have been postponed. But with the certainty, what looked like, once the rain was gone, I think we would have hung around.
You've had 4 off days and played 9 games. You're coming up on a 13-game stretch.
Yeah.
Are you excited? I mean, part of me is excited to dive into like the steadiness of it. I know 13 games in a row can be taxing on the bullpen and everything else, but it's good to get some night games and some like normal baseball schedule hitting us.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, you always like that 1 day a week, but I think 4 and 9 is a little, and part of that is they moved that first game up, so it was really kind of like 3 after 9. So it's now it's into the nuts and bolts of things and the everyday nature. So hopefully these off days kind of playing whatever 9 games in 13 days kind of is a nice build up into now every single day.
Hey, last fun one, and then we got to grill you, Booney, coming off a loss. That's our job here. Give me the rainy day vibes. Like what's going on in there? Who's playing video games? Who's playing ping pong? Brad's telling the same stories. Like what's going on in there?
I don't know. It's so spread out in there. So, some guys probably get off and take a nap or something. The weight room's kind of full, like guys are getting some of their, workouts in and, guys are eat, food
All right.
changing.
All right.
Um,
I was looking for like
I
a
think I
poker
saw
game
some
or
putting
something.
going on at one point.
Putting?
Yeah, I think there was some
Okay.
putting going on
That's
at
good
one
news.
point. And then you're kind of doing your normal prep of, pitchers still have their meetings, hitters meeting, but then just some downtime to get ready and kind of try and stay abreast of like, okay, it looks like it's going to be a couple more hours. I'm trying to constantly, especially keep in contact with Max, like, hey, this is the latest update. But I don't know, we're used to it. It's something that comes with being a baseball player, especially in the Northeast.
All right, I'm going to start with some fun question. Positive things that are happening. You're
Okay.
got a winning record, playing very well. Base running. Last year, your quote about actually we make the fewest mistakes got misinterpreted. You said, I want us to make more mistakes. I want us to be more aggressive. As of now, you guys are first, I believe, in bases taken, like extra bases taken on, sac flies or just advancing first and third, pass balls, wild pitches. Last year, you were 30th. Has that obviously you told you were public that you wanted to take more chances. We've seen guys getting picked off. We've seen Judge getting thrown out, stealing the next game. Obviously what Stanton's doing. Was it a big emphasis, or do you think the players just heard you, out loud last year?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been an emphasis the last couple of years. We have a better makeup of guys. We've made some key mistakes on the bases that guys want to make sure doesn't happen anymore. But again, especially here where it can get loud when we do make an out on the base, which is inevitable. You're going to make a mistake out there in aggression, or maybe even one that's, hey, that wasn't a good base running play. I feel like there's been times where that's made us gun shy and pulled guys back like, I can't screw up, instead of, no, that's part of the game. You're going to make outs on the bases, especially when you push the envelope a little bit. Now, at the same time, because of what I believe our offense is, I don't want us to be some teams that have to just go crazy on the bases. Like, there is a risk adverse thing to this too, because of some of our personnel and that we're going to put points on the board. But just trying to be, and the guys did a really good job of spring training of creating situations and working on different things and kind of knowing who they are on the bases. And then trying to, when you do get some good matchups in the base stealing game and things like that, which are going to pop up. Sometimes you go 10 days and you're up against a team has a lot of pitchers that are really quick to the plate, good throwing catcher, so it doesn't match up. But when we can, we want to take advantage of that. And then we have a few guys that are really capable, obviously.
That's good. I get this. This is just for you. If you ever need something for the actual media, compare it to like quarterbacks throwing interceptions. Like, you can't just check the ball down all the time. Sometimes you got to throw the ball downfield. A couple interceptions are okay.
Now he can't say because he's got to credit you.
Wow.
You don't have to credit me. That one's for free,
I'm
Poppy.
good with. I'll throw it out there, and you guys can behind the scenes go, that's me. I like that, actually. Can't always check it down.
Have you noticed, general state of baseball? Obviously, a couple of years ago with the pickoff limits and the bases being bigger, they wanted running coming back. You said some teams can utilize it that don't have the firepower they want. Sometimes you break from spring training, every team's running a lot. But it truly does feel like it is more part of the game than it was 5 years ago in a landslide.
I agree. I agree. I remember having this conversation with Cash a few years ago in the offseason, and I knew that when the rules were coming down, I remember, Theo Epstein was a big part of the rules committee, and they were talking about different things. And I remember it being clear as day, like, man, athleticism is going to start to become more and more important, and it has. The other thing that's been, that's been different and I think better across the board, where our teams have gotten really good at just being better at controlling the running game, like more sophisticated with controlling the running game because it's forced you. So, I think there's always been an emphasis to some degree on guys being quicker to home plate, but I think more across the board it is. Like some things are not really tolerated. Like some of the stuff, teams do with catchers and you guys see glove drops and things like that, and defenses trying to use the clock and things like that. So I feel like teams have gotten and invested a lot more in controlling the running game because they've had to, because the rules have changed to favor base runners. So I think the way we control it now, or teams control it now, has gotten better. I feel like we've done a good job of that the last few years, and I give Louis Rojas and our pitchers and catchers a ton of credit there. But I feel like most teams now are getting better and better across the board.
It's been fun. Okay, that's good.
For the pinch hit for Caballero, you put Escarra in there. Tony Bender's on the mound for the Marlins, and he's got pretty significant splits that it seems like you're playing the lefty versus the righty there. I guess what's the conversation, because I do think there's a baseball school of thought of leaving Caballero in just because he's had at bats that day and like he's been out there. And then I was kind of surprised, and if you want to go at these people, knock yourself out. But like a lot of Yankees internet is going, hey, we got Paul Goldschmidt on the bench. We got Rosario. Yeah. Rosario gets a hit every time.
Someone said to me, was it just a righty lefty thing? No, because in most situations there with even most righties, I'm going to go Goldie. Bender's a little bit of a different, he is become kind of a righty killer out there. I mean, you saw the at bats, he had with where he gets judged to lead off the inning, and then he was pretty nasty against Giancarlo, but obviously had some troubles with our lefties. And I think it's telling too, like they walked the winning run on base in Austin Wells, who's still scuffling a little bit early here in the season, knowing exactly what we have over there on the bench. So I think this was just a little bit unique in that I wanted a lefty up there, coupled with the fact that JC can hit, so it was simply that. So all righties, lefties aren't created equal. I mean, simple as that. And then just, if you're watching the game, I just felt like Bender's sweeper, was pretty dialed in, especially with the righties, but I felt like our lefties had a little bit of an advantage against them.
You've got the bottom of the order scuffling, as you say, right now. I mean, it's so early, but it is ranked. They're like ranked 30th, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you don't, I think Jazz has earned the ability to play himself back into who he is, what his baseball card says. But how do you handle that this early in the season, choosing to let guys ride it out, or deciding maybe this guy could just use a breather, or, use Rosario Goldie for favorable matchups? I know you have two righties against you in these first two games. Sevy really is a righty killer. So I was wondering if, like today, Savali, if there's any thoughts to giving, McMahon a day. He seems to be really struggling to find it. Or any thoughts on, I guess, let's just stay with McMahon. Like, what are you seeing out of him here? And what's the thought process?
Rosie's in there today against Savali.
Okay, I thought they might do that. That was my lineup guess. And
with Mac, definitely been scuffling a little bit. I feel like up there, a little bit trying to make sure he swings at the right pitch, and so being maybe to me a little bit careful instead of going up there. Let's get busy with it, let it rip, if you will. You've got to have some level of that when you walk up in the box too. So that being said, the last two games, he had a huge walk to start an inning that led us to win the game the other day. He had a hit and a walk yesterday. But understand, he scuffled a little bit here out of the gates. Also understand, I say this too every day. I feel like with the media is like, we're 9 games in. I'd say that if we got off and we were 3-6, or like, it's great that we're winning games. Wins are precious. You take them when you can get them. We're playing well overall, but it is in the grand scheme of things in baseball, it's a very, very small,
Absolutely. So I'm more worried when the threshold is. I mean, it does seem like Rosario is there. And
Yeah, Rosie, I think this will be Rosie's third start in
Mhm.
10 days. So that's been there a little bit. It's been harder to get Goldie in, although I've obviously given him a couple starts here. And then we have a ton of lefties coming, it looks like. Looks like we get Springs in this series the last day. I think we get two lefties in Tampa. I think we have lefties coming with the Angels when we get back. So where we only had one lefty in the first, what will be 11, I think we get like 4 or 5 maybe in like a 7-game stretch.
You say Goldie's been tough to get him in. That's because Ben Rice is absolutely destroying the ball, having really good at-bats. And I want to make sure we start with he looks awesome. He squares up the ball. He's pulling the ball a little more than he was last year, which is I kind of wanted him to do at the stadium. Like him and Wellesley kind of found that Death Valley too much for me. And I was like, find the pole, So when Rizzo came over, he found the pole for 2 months, it felt like, and they were all foul. And then he just went a little better, and then he hit 3 homers in a game. But we did find out Ben Rice, a little bit of an emotional ABS challenger guy. Have you talked to him about that? Twice he challenged a pitch that was wrong and at bat earlier in the game. And then he went into the at bat thinking, oh, he got me last time, I'm not going to let him. And then they were just right in the zone.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Talk to him again. I do think in Benny's case, this is a blip. Like I think he'll be really good at it.
Because he got great command of the zone.
Yeah. So, he knows, and no one feels worse when you challenge one but at the same time with him, and I told him, like, I don't want him to be gun shy. Like, he understands situations and leverage, and so he'll keep getting better at it.
Is there anything coming out of this weekend? Because you guys initially start off crushing ABS. Like, this is perfect. We got to use this. We got to use this more. And then last weekend, the Marlins can't miss. And you guys run into some tough luck. I guess, how did that feel from your guys' perspective?
Yeah. I think that's, it's the ebb and flow of this thing. Like, I think when we look back over the long haul, I believe we're going to be one of the teams that's viewed as really good at this. But that being said, just like wins and losses sometimes in a major league season, like, you're going to have games where or series where it doesn't really go your way, or you lose a couple key ones, or another team challenges. I have some thoughts on why they were good at it, but
care to share?
Yeah. No, they had a good weekend against us and they did a good job of like even the last game where they had their challenges, and Hicks got real aggressive there in the 9th inning, knowing you can't leave him. I thought he did a good job of, they lose their last 2, and like, he knew kind of probably Hail Marys, not Hail Mary, but like,
why not?
This probably isn't, but I'm not taking it home with me. So I thought he did a good job with that.
We saw Stanton get 2 pitches called strikes, and you were out of challenge at the end of the game. And then I think about that missed call at home plate where Wells clearly tags him. He doesn't even touch home plate, called safe. And I'm like, imagine if you guys didn't have your challenge left. And it just, to me, seems like a weird facet of the game that I like the theater of it, but also I don't know if that's how it, like, that's such a blatant miss. I wish these umpires would get together and do umpires challenges more. CB Buckner wasn't even looking at the bag, and he goes and asks the home plate umpire, did he touch the bag? Did he touch the bag? And it's like, well, you challenge it then yourselves. Like, why'd they make Pat Murphy have to risk burning one when CB is questioning his own call? So I kind of want the umps to get together and be like, hey, if they're out of challenges, they're out of strikes, like, let's review it ourselves.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
It's a nice dream.
Last couple innings, let's get things right.
Maybe one day.
That was a crazy missed call. Wells' face was funny. He's like, what? I have the ball.
Yeah.
I touched him.
I was nervous because I from my angle, I couldn't see if he tagged him or not. And then, but as soon as it went to challenge, Well, we challenged right away, so I felt good about it, knowing Webby probably had it. But then Wells looked over at me right away. It was like, I tagged him.
Yeah.
Like with some confidence, like I know I tagged him. So
He showed him the ball. Like, did you think I don't have this? Like,
right.
The next you want to.
I have a weird Ben Rice one that I forgot to talk about before this. If there's one Ben Rice stat you were looking for by the end of the year, what would it be? Is it home runs? Is it on base percentage? I know it doesn't look like that, but in a way it works like that.
I don't know. I like OPS because I feel like if that's high, he's getting on base and he's slugging. So
yeah,
he's things are going well.
It's a little safe,
And,
but
and
I like
I
it.
think he's doing such a good job right now of being really patient too. Like he is, he's walking every game while also he goes up there super aggressive, like not afraid to let it rip at the first pitch. And he's just really, really having the quality of at bat over and over and over again. It's been really good.
Today's episode is sponsored by MLB 9 Innings. If you're a baseball fan, check. This is one of those games that you can completely get locked into. MLB 9 Innings has a ton of different modes depending on how you like to play, with real MLB trademarks used with permission. Whether you want to run through a full season in league mode or jump live into PvP and compete. 2,000 player cards you can collect and build out your dream roster. Everything is fully up to date. Rosters, logos, ballparks, unis, and all of it. How about some awesome historic players? Mauer, Hoyt Wilhelm. Kershaw just made the switch, it looks like. Tomei, Barry Larkin. And if you haven't seen it yet, the new trailer, Trout, Kurtz, and Kirsch. He's everywhere. Definitely worth checking out on their YouTube channel. Download and play MLB 9 Innings 26 today using the link in the description.
I have, let's switch it to the bullpen because that's the other area of early concern. But I will say it's 9 games in. But when you broke camp, it was kind of the only facet of the roster where it was like a little like, how's this going to shake out? Even you and Blake's quotes are saying this, someone's going to have to announce themselves. How's this going to shake out? It wasn't cemented. Mm-hmm. You've been using a lot of guys, a lot of games, especially Weathers can't get out of the innings, and some guys run earlier pitch counts, so you pulled them, which that erases itself as we go. But my question is, you have Cruz and Hill, and you use them in these roles, and they're very effective in them. But they come out games early. Like, their pitch counts aren't high, and we're just saving 8th and 9th for Doval and Bednar. But they've been shaky. Like Doval has needed to be saved. Bednar's needed to come into the 8th to help out Doval. So my one thought would be, is there any thought to using Cruz Hill like more, but then it's early in the season, you don't want to burn him out? Is that the conundrum you're going through?
Yeah, obviously every day is a little bit different, so you don't have guys every single day, especially at this point of the season. So it's hard to go back and look at, this game by somebody's calculation may have said, well, he's available because of what the last few days. There's been a couple days in there where somebody was like Tim Hill wasn't available, so-and-so wasn't available. So it shakes things up a little bit. The one thing I've loved with Fernando is kind of being that fireman at any point in the game. Like, where maybe there's some runners on, he's got some margin for error because with like, if they don't chase and they walk, but I know he's going to get that swing and miss, and and it's just a key point in the game, and you trust him against like righty or lefty there. With Timmy, I want to line it up where I can net him as many lefties as I can. And he's so efficient. And I mean, Timmy's pitched pretty regularly, so I don't know if I envision him going longer. There's going to be days where, so like the other day, he went back out there for a second up, knowing that, it was on a back-to-back where he just threw one pitch the day before and he'll be down the next day. Let's go out and get that first out or whatever, where we have the matchup. So it just depends on the lineup we're facing, who they have on the bench. Do I have them in a 4-out situation maybe today? Or is it more of a come in and get out of the inning, or just one clean inning? It's a little bit different every day. So you're trying to put these guys in the best position to be successful.
Yeah, it just seems like there's some conundrums going on with the makeup. You have all the long men with Blackburn and Yarby, but they haven't really gotten into games. It's been, you kind of need more help at the 1 inning higher leverage arms, and you've seen Yarby come into those. You also had the extra bullpen arm in Winquest going with the 4-man rotation, but he's been in hiding, so to speak. So
yeah, I mean, look, for the most part, we've been in winning, low-scoring games.
Yep,
pretty much every one. So, that's just the way it's kind of shook out here early. So, and those things have a way of changing. The next week's a lot different, and all of a sudden you're needing to get another guy a different kind of rest period.
Let's see, Cade. I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to get him in there.
we got Hill still joining on the 10th in Tampa.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you excited to go back to the Trop? You missed it last year.
I watched a little bit of the game yesterday. I might be a little aggressive. I thought it looked good on TV. Like, it looked freshened up, but I don't know if I can go all the way to I miss it.
Did that I get Max Fried getting I pushed to 103 pitches and in that start. I guess the heel decision was made before that. Is that part of the decision in your head to allow Max to stay out there at all, or does it not matter?
What do you mean?
Like, because he's getting an extra day now. Because I think originally you guys okay.
No, I mean it's nice that he is getting that extra day, but
okay.
No, he was ready for 100. So, felt like he was in position, built up and ready to do that.
Sure.
All right. What else do we have on here? Giancarlo stole a base. That's awesome. Do you think you'd beat him in a foot race?
Whoa.
No.
I don't think I would either. He's younger than me. I have a question that's ridiculous.
Race anymore.
Oh,
nice.
Do you ever find someone using the direct machine that isn't a player? Can you is there like a coach? Like, does Rojas just late at night, just start loading up pitchers? And do you ever want to get in there and face Cruz's
Louis
splitter?
and I yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Who'd you face?
Sevy. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that'd be so funny if that was true. The video guys just in there. Like, if I was, just on your video staff and I'm there late night, I think I'm gonna plug it in and face.
I think people have jumped in there at times to try and get a feel. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it. I don't remember the last time I've seen that, but we've had people jump in there and, hey, you want to see what it's like to,
Jake and I did it against Cole back in winter meetings 2020. Just stood in. We didn't have a bat. It was fun.
How was it?
I got a huge kick out of it.
I hit off a Garrett and Ottavino during COVID when when we went away, and so they were throwing bullpens a lot at Otto's house, and I would go over there and stand in on them, and then we got cleared to go to Yankee Stadium at one point right before it was going to happen again, and did a live BP there, and I was hitting off Otto and Cole.
That's fun.
I think I'd lean Cole just because one of those Otto sliders. I'm good on that. Okay.
I wonder if pitchers love it because now they can stand in on themselves. You can't do that. See what it actually feels like.
Yeah.
Have they made a video of Ohtani facing himself yet? That's a great idea.
1 million likes, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go, Jomboy. Get on it.
All right. That's such a good idea.
We'll reach out.
Yeah.
All right. 13 in a row.
When a pitcher's struggling, get them in there and say, see how nasty you are?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's good.
That's being a manager. you have a 13 in a row question?
No, I was just saying
All right,
13 in a
let's do
row.
it.
Let's get after it. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't-
We're 13 in a row into the welcome home dinner.
Nice.
Into our first trip to Boston. So hopefully keep it rolling here. And
Hopefully they don't.
yeah,
They're struggling. Early. It's early.
it's early. It is.
It's great, though.
I mean, it really is true.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone caveats it, but it's still, it never ceases to amaze, like the amount of smart people this time. I call it overreaction weeks and months of the season. Where
What's your litmus test if
even
it's
like
not
smart
early?
people will be like, "Oh yeah, I underestimated this team. They're going to be really good," and it's like, yeah, you who've been in this game now 50 years are being like completely emotionally led by this first week, 10 days. Like,
When would you say it stops being able to say it's early? You know, and obviously there's like team stats, individual stats, and then who the
Yeah.
player is. But, you know, in a general sense,
Memorial Day is always kind of the go-to,
first check-in.
I guess, but I don't know. At the same time, like I like everyone else, validate everything with it's early. Like, you don't even look at it like that. It's like you're looking at the game and the series, and you're just trying to get guys rolling.
Don't have a true trivia for you, but I can take you on a little Jakey. You mentioned you like StatPad the other day. I'll make up my own StatPad on the fly.
I mean, are you guys doing StatPad?
I am.
I did my first one today.
I like it much
So
better
good.
than Immaculate Grid.
You know what? So Osmus and I do it every day. Immaculate Grid's the appetizer. It's like, okay. And then it's like, all right, here we go. Let's go StatPad.
Well, I like remembering guys who did well. Like Immaculate Grid has come into, can you name this journeyman who had 3 games on this team?
Yeah.
Which I don't care. Like I don't store that stuff in my brain. Did you see the
and-
guy who
and
made
part
it?
of, like, I like with Immaculate Grid, like there's a time, like, let's not spend 15 minutes grinding over. It's like, there's got to be some.
So did you
like,
get yourself?
What's that?
The kid who made StatPad, he's friendly with us. He must have heard that you like it because the
Oh.
next day you were the top answer.
Yes, and I got that. It made my day. I was
Okay,
like,
good.
I'm
He's
the
going to be happy
number
to
one
hear it.
answer on StatPad, and I wasn't even sure. And I said, I was like, I was on cloud 9 the rest of the day. I was like, I made it.
I don't know if we have confirmation,
Nice.
but I think that's because you talked about it and he did you nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Good.
Yeah, no trivia. I guess someone told me this, and it might be a fun fact. It might be completely wrong. You mentioned Adam Ottavino, proud Northeastern Husky. Cam Schlittler, proud Northeastern Husky. Aaron Savale, Northeastern Husky. Someone messaged me that this is the first starting pitcher matchup of 2 Northeastern Huskies. So I don't know. Use that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you do today's StatPad?
No.
All right. Well, what year do you think Kerry Wood had all his strikeouts?
98.
98?
I can't. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
cheating.
You're spoiling
Just one. We're just doing one together. It's a team effort. You feel like
Brad.
you're
No, wait.
cheating on Brad? What was the
Huh?
percentile there?
98.
Oh, we did well.
Brad's going to be so mad.
You
Get
can do
this off.
You can do the rest with Brad.
Get it off the screen.
Yeah.
We're ruining his breakfast, his meal.
Great start by me. Thank you for the help.
Yep.
All right. See you, Booney. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Baseball's back, people. We're a few games in, and there's already plenty to get into. But first, there's a new way to parlay with Fanatics Sportsbook. It's called Squad Bets, and we're pumped for it. Pick a market, hits, total bases, strikeouts, homers, whatever you're looking for. Set your target and build your custom squad. Now sit back like you're the GM of that squad with live tracking every step of the way. And here's the difference. If one of the guys has a quiet game, maybe doesn't pull their weight, but the rest of the squad does, you got it. Track it live, cash out whenever you want. Squad Bets, a new way to parlay at the Fanatics Sportsbook. Parlays hit different here.
That was Boone. Not happy that I made him cheat at StatPad, but that's fine. That's fine. Also, I think one thing that I want to say before I forget, because sometimes I'm trying to think, what should we chew on here? The Escarra decision. because I came out, I said it's just righty lefty, and he's basically said that's not true to me. And the media guy is saying that. And if that's not true, then the Escarra situation is smelling awful similar to the Willie can bang, Willie Calhoun situation, where he may truly believe Escarra can bang, and Escarra may truly be able to hit, but it hasn't shown itself yet in that scenario. So I still disagree with that thinking.
Yeah, I told you on the Easter ep, the current treatment of Escarra is my least favorite thing of the season. It's very fake empowerment. It's very not like, I don't know, earn it. And he hasn't had a ton of opportunities, so it's a little unfair. And I guess I have a question. I know Boone said it wasn't as simple as left and right, but wasn't his next 2 minutes of talking saying that it was about left and right?
But he was saying that his point was it's not just left and right. I also believe in Escarra. So if I had a lefty on the bench that I didn't believe in, I wouldn't do it. And I believe in him. Because he's countering the fact that we're saying he doesn't believe in Escarra.
I thought he might have also meant that sentence as like in general, like every pinch hit decision isn't as simple as left and right, but maybe this one.
Right. I thought
I was trying to put the pieces together.
I thought that's what he was basically saying. Like he was saying,
but this one
is a matter of left and right because Bender's sweeper is so good and his splits are so good.
Well,
yeah,
but
going to the lefty.
I think it's true, but he said Escarra can hit.
Right, because he has to say that.
Kind of, yeah.
Unless
so that's
it's a Hicks walk situation, but
yeah.
I thought he was basically saying it. Yeah, I thought he was basically defending future pinch hit situations by saying he doesn't always go right left, but basically saying this one was right left.
And also defending the fact that if he says yes, it was just right left, that's a shot at Escarra. So publicly, you're going to say he can hit, which he might, but we haven't
seen him do that at the major league
relied
level.
Upon yet. I don't think so.
We as fans have no reason to agree yet.
And we never even got to this point. If the Yankees did tie it up, that would have been McMahon goes to shortstop, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because there's not even it's him or Rosario.
Or Jazz, and then Rosario goes to second. But I don't think they're going to do that.
No.
The other thing that we talked about, Rosario getting the start today, I do think we kind of looked at the rotation coming up and was like, if he does it, it's going to be today against Savali, whose splits are pretty neutral, and Sevy mows down righties, and lefties fare better. So, I like that they're doing that because Rosario deserves to play. It's not a platoon, but McMahon also needs a little break.
Yeah, I guess for me it's tough because he meant, McMahon's last game finishing with a single and a walk. If I'm Ryan McMahon, I'm like, okay, it's 9 games in.
I hate to be a bearer of bad news.
Okay.
The Marlins walked everyone. And he said McMahon's gun shy at the plate right now. So I don't know if that's skill or just the formula.
Right, but I've got to hit swinging, 2 in there.
I've got to hit swinging. Marlon doesn't like pitching.
I've got to hit 2 in there. And
yes.
It's very early in the season, as we said multiple times in that if I'm looking to spark Ryan McMahon, Aaron Savali would also seem to be a half point in that direction. And with so many lefties coming up, I know Boone touched on it. It's currently listed as Springs, Matz back-to-back, and then Kikuchi, Detmers back-to-back on Monday, Tuesday. I get it, and I don't necessarily have a qualm with it, and I think the other thing that factors into the decision here is that Schlittler's going to strike out 13. So they're like, well, yeah, let's run Rosario out there instead of McMahon at third. But, yeah, if you are trying to spark McMahon, it feels like the next 2 days would have been the days to do it.
Yeah, I think they're
Game 10 and 11.
Giving him a bit of a breather. Or Paddock's numbers. You got to hit off a Paddock changeup. In history, they have had a tip on that pitch. Confirmed. And Stan, that's why I said Stan's going to crush the next one. Because Paddock went all fastballs first. Yeah, but I think even more so than the results, like you can tell McMahon needs a little bit of a thinker.
Yeah.
Or you just put
It's
Rosario
the baseball conundrum.
It is, because it is early.
He just got a hit,
He did. And a walk. They walked everyone.
I
mean, if the A's come into this series just pounding the strike zone, I am very interested because what they just went through. Like Grisham's not hitting the ball right now, but he's getting walks.
Yeah.
And then the whole bottom of the order. They're not
Everyone walked. It was the most walks ever.
It was the most walks in a 3-game set. if you're the A's, like, let's pound the zone. They're not used to this. The Marlins just were relentless with nibbling.
Did you see walks were up all weekend? It was like the most walks in an MLB weekend.
Because ABS. I mean, part of the reason strikeouts kept going up because when umpires miss, they expand the zone. They don't contract it. So, yeah. Their walks will be up, which is a boring product, although more runners on base is better. And action, like even this Yankees game had so much action.
Yeah.
But eventually, after a couple of years of this, just like steals, it kind of like takes a little bit for the running to counter, like the rules to really come into effect. Hopefully we just get more pitchers hitting the zone and balls in play. But I do think first half of this year, we're going to have a ton of walks because of ABS.
Yeah, I don't know, because we're also getting more strikeouts, right? Like,
I don't know.
Wells, we saw it in previous series. Wells tapping on his head, 2 strikes, you get the strikeout. So
yeah, it's just even calls that aren't being overturned, the umpires that are good and adjusting to the zone, you're missing the whole bottom of the zone on the front half of the plate. That's gone from pitchers because it has to cross through the
new
whole plate.
Strike zone.
The strike zone is inherently smaller for guys that would throw breaking balls at the bottom.
I'm in on
which
new
is the
strike
toughest
zone.
pitch to hit. Me too.
Yeah,
I want more balls in play.
I think ABS still works both ways, but the new strike zone being a factor.
Yeah, because some umps are adjusting and doing well.
Yeah,
and then the older guys there's a breakdown by age. It's not great.
Yeah,
not great. Okay.
Did you learn anything else?
Did we learn anything else? No, but I did realize either Bird or Winquest will get sent home, or Bird will get sent to AAA when Heel comes up.
Without an injury between now and
without
then,
an injury.
Hey, baseball.
Because if that's Winquest back, you've done a lot for nothing. But okay, if it's Bird, he has an option, so you can do that. And the bullpen gets shorter, but you're kind of relying on him. But it makes me realize, like, maybe they're relying on him because, like, they're really putting him through the test of fire.
Yeah, he's a featured player in the bullpen. That
Hedrick's been better and looked better.
Hedrick's been better.
So he has an option, but he shouldn't go down.
You'd like to think the lefty thing would help, but we're kind of short all around. I don't know.
It's Winquest or Bird, in my opinion. And they could return Winquest. I mean, I think they
haven't gotten him into a game.
It's a toss-up.
So.
Yeah, I mean, the Yarborough Winquest Blackburn thing I've done in circles now that I think they'd have to waive it, but
I don't think they're going to DFA Yarborough or Blackburn.
I don't think so either. I'd say like a get ahead of it. They waive their trade rights trade. But that's all of the options, and they're not enticed to do that. So
I know they can, on the Winquest front, they can try to find some small trade with the Cardinals to like get his full rights and be able to option him, but Cardinals would like have the leverage in that to make it like a prospect, whatever.
It's funny.
They can do that if they're
interesting.
If they want to keep them, you got to get the Cardinals something. But
I need a couple more bullpen arms.
Yeah.
Jake Bird, currently a bullpen arm.
He's not made for the moment yet, I don't think.
That's fine. But as far as someone coming in for an 8th inning strikeout, he's above 3 other guys in our bullpen.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. Just saying. Got a guy that throws
Talking
easy
about
hunch.
starting pitchers?
Like easy hunch. You know who doesn't throw an easy hunch? Bednar and Weathers. Similar body build. I'm not saying I'm knocking their velo, but you can tell, like, it's a full body effort to really generate that. You can see the engine of the torso and the legs, where some people are just like long levers. Cartoon.
6'7".
All right. That's the show. That's the new ending of the show. Whenever someone says 6'7", we have to shut it down.
2 starts for LeGrand. Hey, your thoughts?
He was not great in his first one. Well, he was okay, but his velo was down in his first start. I actually don't know the second start. What happened in it? What was the line?
I'm not sure, but so far 7.1 innings, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, in his first one he only averaged 98 miles per hour in his fastball. So it was down. That's down 2 miles per hour. The next
5
one.
walks last outing.
Yeah, wow. Must have been
3.1.
slippery.
Must have been slippery out, people. Don't worry about it.
They were in Rochester. It's my dad. He's there a lot. What was the weather like?
Stop going to
Probably-
Rochester, your dad.
Oh, my God. Let's check in on the Rail Riders real quick. 'Cause
Okay.
The names are funny. Oswaldo Cabrera started at shortstop, got a hit, an RBI. His numbers are atrocious on the year. But, I mean, how many games have they played? Max Schumann's down there, if you remember. Started in center field. Batted second. He got a hit. Paul DeYoung, starting second baseman for the Rail Riders. He got a hit. And then, who's this? Fernando. I'm blanking on his name. Yanquiel Fernandez, your right fielder.
Big Q.
One dotting.
Seth Brown.
Seth Brown.
You know, this is a AAA team.
This is a trip.
Ollie Sanchez, he got 3 hits in this game. He's going off. 467 average, 967 OPS. Who's this first baseman? Ernesto Martinez Jr.
Hot start.
Jonathan Ornelius is got the start at third base, and Duke Ellis.
Dominguez is hitting.
Nice.
Yuri De Los Santos, just 3 outings, 5.2 innings at AAA. Like him.
Harry Ford, the Brit. He's on the other team, got some walks.
Right.
And Zach Short on the Red Wings.
Damn.
Javi 4 shutouts so far.
All right.
Proud of him.
Schumann got hit by a pitch. Bobber. That was a good check-in on AAA. That's all. See you guys later. Go Yanks. Tell them Grams.
Go Yankees.
At Yankees opening day, someone came up to me and was like, dude, it's like, is that someone's grandma or something at the end of every episode? Haven't explained it in a while, you know?
I guess so. Yes, my grandma.